Hello viewers, this is Distinction Learning Center, the light of education. Our tutorial for today still remains Mathematics 10 Commandments. We are proceeding to the Commandment 4, which is division of both sides. Division of both sides. And the rule states that this is the rule of mathematics that divide the coefficient of required variable with both sides of an expression. With both sides of what? Of an expression. So what are we trying to say there is a situation whereby you see a number, a variable that has a number and equal to separate it from another variable. So that means you are going to divide that variable with its coefficient. You will divide the both sides by the coefficient of that variable. Now, let's try to explain this example. At the end of this example, I have strong assurance that you'll be able to understand it well. And any question you see pertaining to division of both sides, you'll be able to give justice to it. Now, let's start from question 1. Now, question 1 said that 2x equal to 10. 2x equal to 10. Now, in mathematics, there is something we call coefficient. Coefficient is anything at the back of what? Of a variable. At the back of what? An alphabet, a required alphabet. At the back of a required what? Alphabet. Now, let's say for instance now, if they ask you, let's say you have something like this, 2s squared. 2s squared. Now, the question now goes that, the question now tells you that, what is the coefficient of s squared? So, your coefficient of s squared here will equal to what? Plus 2. Do you know how we get that coefficient? So, that is anything at the back of the required variable. Anything at the back of what? Of the required variable will be your coefficient. Now, this is the required variable, which is s squared, because the question says that what is the coefficient of what? S squared, and this is s squared, and the thing at the back of what? Of that s squared is what? Is 2, and which is what? Plus 2x, which is plus 2. So that is what we call what? Coefficient. And now, when we are talking about division of both sides, it says that we are going to divide both sides, that is the left hand side. We have the left hand side, and what? And the right hand side, the right hand side. Now, that means we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. That is, you will divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable given to you. Now, this question can come like this, that they can say that find the value of x. They will just tell you that find the value of x. Find the value of x. Now, if you want to find the value of x, so this is what we are going to use. We just say 2x, since we have 2x in the left hand side and we now have 10 at the right hand side. So you will divide both sides by the coefficient of what? Of the required variable, which is what? X. So if we divide both sides, that is 2x divided by 2 and 10 divided by 2. So that means 2 we cancel 2. How many 2 can we see in 10? That is 5. So that means our x will equal to what? Equal to 5. That means our s will equal to 5. So that is how we apply division of both sides command. So that is how we apply division of both sides command. So let's now move to the second question. So let's move to the second question. Now the second question goes like this. the second question goes like that, is 1 all over 2s equal to 5. Now if you look at it, and the now say that we should find x. If we are asked to find x here, if we have to find x here, so what are we going to do? So find x. So what we are going to do is, the question is 1 all over 2x, 1 all over 2x, sorry, 1 all over 2x, yes, 1 all over 2x equal to 5. So what are you going to do? What is the coefficient of x here? That is 1 all over 2, because the number at the back of x is what? 1 all over 2. So that means our coefficient of x is what? Is 1 over 2. So that means you will divide both sides by what? 1 over 2. That means we have 1 all over 2x, 1 all over 2x over 1 over 2 equal to 5 over 1 over 2. So that means this 1 all over 2, we cancel this 1 all over 2. So it will now remain what? X will now equal to, it will remain x equal to 5 over 1 over 2. So if you look at this expression, it is not easy for you to simplify this 5 over 1 over 2 like this. So it's better you should convert it. So it's better you should convert this over to divide. That is 5 over 1. Just change this one to 5 over 1. And this over here should change to what? Divide sign. Should change to divide sign. Should change to divide sign. That is divide 1 all over 2. That is s equal to 5 over 1 divided by what? 1 over 2. This 5 over 1, if you say 5 divided by 1, it will give you what? 5. And this over will change to what? Divide. And this 1 over 2 will come here. So, and the rules now say that what? A situation whereby you want to solve a division between two fractions, the division will change to times. So that means we have what? 5 over 1. 5 over 1. So the division will change to what? Times. And become what? 2. So if the division change to times, so that means you are going to reciprocate the next fraction. You are going to do what? You are going to reciprocate the next fraction. And how can you reciprocate the fraction? So that means the denominator of the fraction will go to the numerator, and the numerator will go to the denominator. So that means these two will change to numerator, and this one will come to what? Denominator. So now the next thing we're going to do is to now multiply it now. So x will now equal to 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10 divided by 1 times 1, that is 1. So that means x will now equal to 10 divided by 1, which is what? 10. So this is how we solve this. So this is how we solve this. Now that is that about that. Now let's now move to question 3. So let's move to question 3. Let's move to question, and question 3 says that what? Minus 3x equal to 9. That is, so this is our question 3. Minus 3x equal to 9. So let's do it here. Minus 3x equal to 9. So this one cannot stress us. I'm very sure this one can never stress us. So now what are we going to do here? So what we are going to do here is you just divide both sides by the coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x there? That is what? Minus 3. So you divide both sides by what? Minus 3. Divide both sides by minus 3. So this minus 3, we cancel this minus 3. So it will now remain what? So, and this 3, we cancel. So how many 3 can we see in 9? That is 3. So that means x equal to So 3 here is 1, abi? So that means x equal to plus 3 over minus 1. And a situation whereby you see this kind of things like this, so that means what we are going to do is, we have x equal to plus 3 divided by minus 1, and we've done it in under commandment 1, that is commandment 2, multiplication and division of sign. So that is what plus divided by minus is what is minus, and 3 divided by 1, that is what 1. So that means our x will now equal to what minus 1. So our x equal to minus 1. So that means we have given justice to the third question. So let's now move to the fourth question, which is what minus 5, which is minus 5a equal to minus 15. Minus 5a equal to minus 15. So what are we going to do here? You will divide both sides by the coefficient of a. You will divide both sides by the coefficient of a. And what is the coefficient of a? That is minus 5. So you divide both sides by what? Minus 5. You divide both sides by minus 5. So that means minus 5 we cancel. That means minus 5 we cancel minus 5. So what will now remain here? It will remain a equal to. So 5 here 1, and how many 5 are we going to see in 15? That is 3. So that means our answer is what? Minus 3 over minus 1. So which is equal to minus divided by minus, that is equal to what? Plus. And 3 divided by 1, that is what? 3. So therefore a equal to 3. A will equal to what? 3. So that is that about that too. So with this, I have strong belief and strong assurance that whenever you see any question pertaining to division of both sides, you'll be able to give justice to it. You'll be able to give justice to it. So these are the classwork that you are going to do. So if you do it, this will be your solution. Let me solve it. Now, question 1. That is 4x equal to 8 divided by 3. So what are you going to do here? You divide both sides by what? By 4. You divide both sides by 4. So once you divide both sides by 4, that means 4 will cancel 4. So what will now remain? X equal to 8 divided by 3, and change this over to what? To divide. Change it to divide 4. Now give that 4 also turn it to a fraction, that is 4 over 1. And I told you that x, if there is division in between two fractions, so that means the division will change to times, and the sign at the fraction next to it will now change, will be reciprocated. So now, since this division is there, so you will change this division to times, and the fraction next to it will be what? Will be reciprocated. So that will be what? 1 over what? 4. That means the 1 will go up and the 4 will come down, and the 4 will come down. So if you look at this now, you will now say x equal to what? 8 times 1, that is what? 8. And 3 times 4, that is 12. So if you want to do this now, what are you going to do? You just say, you will now simplify this by saying that you will look at a number that can divide both once. That is what? That means 4 can go in both. 4 in 8, that is 2. And 4 in 12, that is 3. So that means your x will equal to what? 2 over 3. 2 over 3. So that is that about that. I'm very sure that you get it. I'm very sure that you get it. So that is that about that. Now let's move to the second question there. Let's move to the second question there. Now the second question is what? Minus 7x equal to 14. Minus 7x equal to 14. Minus 7x equal to 14. Now, what are we going to do here? We are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is what? Minus 7. Which is minus 7. So, we divide both sides by what? Minus 7. So, that means minus 7 will cancel what? Minus 7. So, minus 7 will cancel minus 7. So, what will now remain? It will remain x equal to, so 7 here 1, 7 here 2. So that means we have what? Plus 2 over minus 1. Plus 2 over minus 1. So that is plus divided by minus. We give you minus. That is x equal to minus. And 2 divided by 1, we give it 2. So that means our x equal to what? Minus 2. That means our x equal to minus 2. So we've given justice to the second question too, in which I'm very sure that you also get that minus 2. You can see that division of both sides is very simple. It's very simple. Now let's move to the third one, which is what? Minus 5x. Minus 5x equal to minus 20 equal to minus 20. So what are we going to do here? You will divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is what? Minus 5. Which is minus 5. And this one also is what? Minus 5. So that means you will cancel this minus 5. We cancel what? This minus 5. And how many 5 can we see? So 5 here 1. 5 in 20. How many 5 can we see in 20? That is 4. So that means our x will equal to minus 4 divided by minus 1. So that is x will equal to minus divided by minus, that is plus, and 4 divided by 1, that is 4. That means our x equal to plus 4. So that is the solution to everything there. I have strong assurance and strong belief that whenever you see any question pertaining to division of both sides, you will be able to give adequate justice to it. I still remain cmade.net. So people call me cmade.